Hey guys, I'm here again with another video this week. This week I'm going to be talking about relationships, so I hope y'all are ready. Let's grow. So if you're like me, you found yourself in a relationship and you may sometimes wonder, God, what is the purpose of this relationship? You may even feel lonely sometimes and it just feels like you're still single. And the reason you're feeling that way is because the relationship is not ordained by God. Let's just be honest. If you don't feel peace with the relationship, there's probably no purpose in the relationship. Most times when we get into a relationship, we don't ask God. We feel good around them and they ask us, will you be my girlfriend or will you be my boyfriend? And we giggle and say yes. But once we're in a relationship, we experience all type of hell. And we just wonder, God, did you even want this in my life? And God is saying no. But you went out there and you accepted something I never had designed for you. And that's why it feels like a purposeless relationship. That's why you're constantly asking God, what is the purpose of this relationship? That's why you're constantly crying. That's why you're constantly begging and pleading this guy to be something he's not even designed to be for you because he wasn't meant for you. And I also find that a lot of times we get into relationships not because we actually love the person, but because we love the idea of love. We see this persona on TV. We see how couples on TV look like they're in love. They have this fairy tale ending, this fairy tale story, and we want that for ourselves. And that's not to say we'll never have it, but we can't force it with somebody that God never designed to be with us. I found myself doing that at one point in my life, and I was just like, you know what? Let me grow content in God so he can send the person that he has for me. Instead of me out here trying to find the person he has for me, I'll never find that person because I have this person that I want, but God might not want that same person for me. So I have to realize that God knows better and he has better for me. And so I've accepted that. I'm going to give you all a few tips to recognize whether your relationship has purpose or not. If your relationship does not please God, it's not from God. Indulging in sexual activity, you're lying, you're cheating, there's abuse, it's not from God. God will not pair you with someone that hurts you or hinders you from going closer to him. So the whole having sex outside of marriage, that's not from God. And that's not to say that the relationship does not have purpose, because there are plenty of couples that I've heard of, they were doing sexual activity, but God convicted both of them. Now, if God is just convicting one of you, it's not working, because apparently this person over here loves the sin, but you recognize that the sin is wrong, and so you love God more, and so it's time for you to cut that relationship off because it's making you grow farther and farther apart from God instead of growing closer to him. Secondly, if you are constantly checking their social media page, no. You should not feel insecure in a relationship. You should feel secure in a relationship. You should feel like this person has your back, that they would never do anything to hurt you, that they would never do anything to make you feel stupid or foolish. That's just it. You can be with somebody and they may never cheat on you, but if you don't trust that person, you have issues inside of your own self that you need to deal with before you get into a relationship. But it's also a big sign that that person isn't for you, because you should be able to trust them. If you're always worrying about what they're doing when they're out with their friends, again, where is the trust? You should trust them that when they're out with their friends that they would never do anything to hurt you. If you can't trust them, you don't need a relationship with them. If you constantly have to sacrifice for them, but they never make sacrifices for you, cut them off because they don't love you. Let's just be honest. If you're the one always having to sacrifice your happiness so that they can be happy or that they can live their life and have freedom still, then no, they don't love you. They will sacrifice the time that they spend with their friends to be with you sometimes. They're going to sacrifice different things to make sure you're happy. So if they don't do that, let them go. So this is a big one. If you look at other girls and guys and you wonder what it would be like to be with them instead of your person that you're with, that's a big indication that you're with somebody that's not meant for you. When you're with somebody that you actually love and that you're in love with, you won't want to be with anybody else because you're going to love that person unconditionally. You're going to love everything about them. You're going to want to be with them 24/7. There's just not another person that can take that person's place. There are some people that are in purposeless relationships that feel this way about a person, but they're the only person that feels like that. If both parties feel this way, it's probably a good indication that the relationship has purpose. But if only one person feels like, I gotta be with you 24/7, and the other person's like, yeah, I want to be my friends today, I'll see you maybe next week. No. that relationship has no purpose because you're not on the same accord. You're going to be on the same accord. Everything about your lives will line up with each other. You will want to do everything together because your relationship has purpose. There is a ministry inside of that relationship, and it should be a ministry inside of that relationship. Your relationship should minister to other people. Now, that being said, a lot of people say that marriage is a ministry. Well, dating is a ministry as well because there are not a lot of people that are living a pure life during the dating world. They date, but they also indulge in sexual activity. They do everything that they should not do during the dating process. Dating should be a ministry to the singles. Take for instance, if I'm dating someone, I'm going to show the singles out there that, hey, you can still be with somebody and not do all the things that we're not supposed to do, such as having sex, such as acting as if we're a married couple living together. Hey, you can still be dating and happy. You can still pursue each other. There's nothing wrong with being in a relationship and not having sex. Let me say that again. There's nothing wrong with being in a relationship and not having sex. Sex does not guarantee a relationship. Sex does not guarantee marriage. Sex does not guarantee happiness. You don't have to have sex to have a relationship. I've said this before. If there's no peace, there's no God. So if your relationship has no peace, if you're crying because this guy is doing something that's hurting your feelings, or you just feel like he doesn't understand you, or you don't have peace throughout the whole relationship, let it go. I mean, there's no point in staying in a relationship that's no good for you. Let it go. Now, I hope these points helped you. I didn't want this video to be extra long, but I can go more into this topic for you guys later if you would want me to. I try to hit everything just really quickly because, like I said, I didn't want the video long. But this is a topic that's very dear to my heart because, like I said, I was in a relationship for 1.5 years, and I never saw myself with the guy in my future. It's just me. I never did. And although I was in a relationship, I tried to force it. I saw potential and I tried to make him be something he wasn't ready to be yet. After the relationship was over, God just spoke to me. You were with someone that you were trying to make be someone I have for you, but that's not what I have for you. I have something else for you. And that relationship was never designed to be an intimate relationship. It was designed to be a friendship, and we took it somewhere it was not supposed to be. That's a fault on both of our parts because we did not seek God first before we entered the relationship. We just got into a relationship because we were like, hey, I like you. Well, I like you too. I think you're cute. I think you're cute too. Well, let's be together. Okay. That was an immature decision, and it was definitely not a godly decision because we moved off of emotions rather than moving off of the will of God. And so make sure that whatever relationship that you're in right now is in the will of God. Like I said, the biggest thing that you must know is that if there's no peace, there's no God. If you're constantly questioning the relationship, it's not from God because you won't question what's from God. And you shouldn't question what's from God because you know that, hey, this is from God. This is the best. And God has better for you. So let go of what's not for you and get ready for what God has for you. So I'll see you guys later. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from this video. I hope I inspired somebody, empowered somebody, and motivated somebody. Leave your comments, subscribe, like the video, and share it. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.